Mexico officials say President Obama's visit with Mexico President Enrique Peña Nieto will likely focus on scaling back U.S. involvement in the drug war, also security affairs and the economy. My guest, Shannon O'Neill, is senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations and author of Two Nations Indivisible, Mexico and the United States, and the Road Ahead. Recently met with Mexico's president. Thank you so much, Shannon, for joining us
Pleasure
here
to be here.
Updating us on what's happening. Now, aside from meeting with the president, you also met with Mexican officials who've said that this unusual closeness and freedom of American security in Mexico for the last few years is likely to change. How come?
Well, we've seen this new government trying to form their new security policy. And just yesterday, they announced there's going to be some changes. But really, it's an evolution from the last government. They're trying to think, how do we move forward? How do we begin to reduce the violence? And there will be continued cooperation on cleaning up the courts, cleaning up the cops. But we're going to see a difference in the way the information goes from the United States and the agencies here to the agencies there.
And President Obama addressed that this morning. But President Peña Nieto's party, the PRI, says that they want to focus on economic reform. What do they mean? What types of reforms were they telling you about?
Well, you know, this is the big ambitious agenda of this government. And they've come out of the gates, coming in the beginning of December, introducing a labor reform, an education reform, reform to the telecommunications sector, and coming up, reforms to energy, reforms to the tax system. This is the big focus of this government, and it's also the big focus of the bilateral relationship with the United States for this government. How do we deepen the economic ties?
And this is a little bit different than the previous administration in Mexico, when there was a big focus on curtailing the drug cartels, and that. How is that changing?
Well, what we've seen, the last government really focused on deepening U.S.-Mexico ties in security and security cooperation. And while that will continue under this government, they're shifting the focus to now include and even prioritize economic ties. It's not that one goes away or wasn't there in the past government, but really the priorities, the focus is going to shift.
Now, in your book, you say U.S. needs to see Mexico as a partner instead of a problem, and in fact, our future depends on it. What do you mean by that?
You know, while we talk about in the headlines other countries, right, Syria or Iraq or the like, no other country affects the United States on a day-to-day basis than Mexico.
Because of business, or how so?
Because of, you know, the food on our tables, the parts in our cars, the gas in our tanks, the consumers for our products, or the drugs on our streets. This affects us on a day-to-day basis. So what Mexico does, if Mexico does well, so too will the United States. If Mexico doesn't, it will affect the United States. So we need to see them, as I said, as a partner, not a problem in this.
Which might be difficult for some people. There's still a travel warning out in effect from last year. 70,000 deaths in Mexico have been linked to this drug cartel violence, or certainly that recent war on drug cartels. How do you reassure U.S. citizens that, look, we can get beyond this, we can have a partnership?
You know, in Mexico, there's many realities. There's a security reality, which is a very grave and serious one. But there's also a growing economy, there's a rising middle class, there's a competitive democracy. And so we need to understand all of those and how we work together with the good ones and how we work with Mexico to improve the bad ones, to improve the security, because whatever happens there will affect us in the United States.
And as you said, we're not removing our security forces in Mexico, or I should say our security administration there. Do you think the timing of this meeting has anything to do with the immigration reform and the debate going on here in the U.S.?
Well, it's interesting. Obama's decided to go to Mexico and then Central America right when immigration reform is happening. And obviously, immigration reform is bigger than Mexico, but it is the country that sends the most migrants to the United States. Almost a third of our immigrants here are from Mexico. So it's an important issue and undoubtedly will be on the agenda.
Do you think that that it'll be on the agenda, certainly, but do you think that this meeting will influence the outcome of that immigration reform here in the United States?
You know, that is really a domestic debate here in the United States, how we cobble together or don't a comprehensive reform with all the different factions.
Okay, Shannon O'Neill, thank you so much for updating us and talking with us today.
Great to be here.